Pennywise. Pennywise isn't merely a clown, it's the deceptive mask of It, an ancient, shape-shifting cosmic predator from Stephen King's multiverse, predating time itself. It survives by feeding on human fear, especially that of children, whose fear is vivid, imaginative, and pure. It awakens every 27 years beneath Derry, Maine, stalking its prey in cyclical waves. The clown form is a carefully chosen lure, but it can assume any shape you dread: a leper, a spider, or even the face of a lost sibling. What makes it truly terrifying is its origin, a being from the macroverse embodying deadlights, incomprehensible lights that drive victims mad if directly seen. Its opposition is Maturin, a cosmic turtle symbolizing ancient balance. Pennywise kills not from necessity but for the delight of suffering. It's a god of nightmares wearing a clown's grin, tearing apart reality while smiling wickedly. The Other Mother. In Coraline, the Other Mother initially appears kind and nurturing, offering warmth and wonders, but she's far from maternal. She's a parasitic entity masking cruelty with affection. Known also as the Beldam, she crafts a beautiful yet false parallel world designed to entrap lonely or neglected children. Her tactic is subtle. She gains trust by providing attention and gifts, then demands a chilling price: sew buttons over your eyes, symbolizing loss of agency and identity. Once accepted, the seemingly loving trap snaps shut. When confronted, her facade crumbles, revealing an insect-like skeletal monster driven by insatiable hunger for obedience. The Other Mother isn't an angry demon. She's a metaphor for how love can be twisted into captivity, how comfort can imprison. She waits patiently. Her evil lies in turning trust into consumption, readying the next victim willing to surrender and forget their own identity. The Beast of Gévaudan. Between 1764 and 1767, the Beast of Gévaudan terrorized the French countryside, claiming over 100 victims amid whispers of a monstrous predator. Descriptions varied wildly: a giant wolf, a dog-hyena hybrid, or some supernatural assassin. No one agreed on its true form, only that it was deadly and elusive. Popular fiction, like Brotherhood of the Wolf, cast it as a trained animal used to fuel political chaos, but reality remains shrouded in mystery. What made the beast more terrifying than its teeth was its inexplicable ability to evade entire military hunts. Villagers whispered curses, werewolves, and witches to explain what science couldn't. Even centuries later, historians debate its identity: lion, wolf, madman, or myth. The beast's enduring horror lies not in answers but in the uncertainty. It embodies the insidious evil born from fear left unresolved, a predator haunting shadows where clarity never reached. Nyarlathotep. In H.P. Lovecraft's cosmic mythos, Nyarlathotep is unique, neither a distant, slumbering god nor a blind, formless force. He walks the earth in myriad guises: pharaoh, scientist, shadow, always whispering madness. Unlike other deities who destroy through brute power, Nyarlathotep delights in subtle corruption. He spreads forbidden knowledge, seeding insanity through ideas and inventions too terrible for the human mind. He manipulates time, reality, and dreams, bending logic to unravel civilizations with a single whispered truth. His malevolence lies in his theatricality. Nyarlathotep isn't driven by hunger or need. He's a cosmic artist, weaving chaos and paranoia as a master craftsman. Where others bring destruction, he offers deception and despair, making him the most insidious and dangerous figure in the mythos, because he chooses to toy rather than simply annihilate. The Man in Black. The Man in Black, from Lost, is more shadow than flesh, embodying bitterness weaponized by centuries trapped on a mystical island. His goal is simple but ruthless: escape at any cost, even if it means shattering the island's delicate balance between life and death. He adopts forms familiar to his targets: dead loved ones, smoke, to manipulate and demoralize, favoring psychological warfare over brute force. Feeding off grief, guilt, and confusion, he doesn't need to kill directly. He engineers destruction by turning people against themselves and each other. His worldview is nihilistic. He sees free will as a lie and humanity as irredeemably corrupt. Not a devil, but he plays one skillfully, speaking in half-truths and twisting hope into despair. His ultimate aim isn't just escape, it's to leave the island and everyone on it consumed in ruin. The Nothing. The Nothing from the NeverEnding Story is less a creature and more a creeping void, an absence that erases all that makes life meaningful. It's not violent but insidiously passive, swallowing entire realms of fantasia without resistance, dissolving imagination, memory, and belief. Characters don't die, they cease to exist, fading into oblivion. This void grows stronger as hope and creativity dwindle in the hearts of people, fueled by despair. Its emissary, Gmork, warns that the loss of belief feeds the Nothing, making people easier to control. It's a It's a metaphor and entity of entropy itself, silently consuming meaning until nothing remains to remember what once was. The nothing is worse than traditional evil. It destroys stories, resistance, and the very idea of dreams, patiently awaiting humanity to forget the power of imagination. The endless hunger. The endless hunger isn't a being, but a force that extends across realities, a predator of meaning rather than flesh. It consumes not bodies, but purpose, dissolving ambition, eroding memory, and extinguishing culture from within. Like entropy cloaked in myth, it drifts unseen, often described as fog or whispered dreams. It approaches slowly, unnoticed until vitality fades away. Though not sentient in a conventional sense, it's drawn to creation, devouring vibrant souls like light sucked into a black hole. The endless hunger does not annihilate. It induces despair, making individuals forget why life mattered. This hunger, endless and unsatisfiable, transforms existence into hollow echoes, feeding not on destruction, but on the quiet death of hope and desire. Dr. Nowhere. Dr. Nowhere is a spectral figure from the Monument Mythos universe, rumored to haunt classified files and cursed images. Faceless yet personal, defined only by a file number and fractured voice, he manifests in shadows, static, and forbidden reports. More than a ghost, he's information incarnate, infecting reality by distorting time, space, and cause-effect relationships. Those who encounter him vanish not physically, but from memory, their existence erased as if they never were. He doesn't kill with weapons, but by rewriting reality itself, obliterating the very notion you were real. Without motive or endgame, Dr. Nowhere spreads disappearance as a pattern. The more one investigates, the deeper the distortion. His terror lies in his intimacy and inevitability. He knows your name and erases you from existence itself. Dr. Josef Heiter. Dr. Josef Heiter isn't driven by medicine or healing. He's obsessed with control and dominance. In the Human Centipede, he performs a surgical nightmare, connecting victims' mouth to rectum to form a grotesque centipede. Not for science, but as an expression of pure cruelty. There's no curiosity or clinical rationale, only sadistic precision cloaked as experimentation. Heiter treats his victims as nothing more than raw materials, objects to stitch together, silence, and dehumanize. What makes him truly monstrous isn't just the horror of the procedure, it's his calm, clinical detachment. He moves through his sterile halls like a surgeon god admiring a masterpiece, utterly devoid of empathy or remorse. Unlike villains who manipulate or philosophize, Heiter mutilates first and asks questions later, if at all. He smiles while inflicting agony, proud of his perverse work. His terror is surgical and methodical, clean, yet cruel. Beneath the crisp lab coat lies a butcher who puzzles over pain and torture as if they were mere challenges to overcome. Dr. Heiter never wonders if he should, only if he can. And when he discovers he can, humanity becomes a grotesque form to bend and break. King Bumi. Imagine King Bumi from Avatar, the last airbender, but stripped of joy, warped by time, and unleashed in a timeline where balance shattered. In this version, Bumi doesn't use earthbending as a tool for liberation, but domination. And chaos is no longer a strategy, it's an addiction. His laugh becomes a war cry. His mind games turn lethal. Cities don't crumble from age, they're pulled into the ground, suffocated by stone. He rules not with order, but erratic fury, making war unpredictable and resistance pointless. What once made Bumi lovable, his eccentric genius, now makes him unstoppable. No one knows his next move, not even Bumi himself. He doesn't plan, he erupts. In this timeline, he's a one-man natural disaster. The earth answers only to him, and mercy is lost beneath the rubble. Bumi's evil doesn't come from hatred. It comes from forgetting why power exists in the first place. When the Mad King forgets to laugh, the world only trembles.
Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.